I'm from the U.S. I'm originally from Florida, but I moved here from Dallas, Texas. I play football, soccer, whatever it might be called, and I moved here specifically to play for Dunedin City Royals, their local club. In the U.S., I was playing in a league called USL2 just before I came here, so that's the 4th tier in the U.S. It's considered semi-professional, so I would get free housing, free apartments. And I've trained at levels higher than that. I trained USL1, which is the 3rd tier. And so I've known some guys from those leagues who've come over here, had some success and gone back home, and that's kind of the aim of being here. So when I told one of my friends I was looking to play, maybe go overseas, he told me about this league, and the guy he connected me with is really good friends with the coach of the Royals. So just ended up in Dunedin kind of by chance.
What does like your training weeks look like? So how many days do you come to the gym? How many days do you train out in the field?
Yeah, so for me, I have to schedule it around like team trainings and games, obviously. So I come to the gym Monday through Friday, and I go to the field by myself, generally Monday through Friday. We train as a team 3 times a week. So if there's been like a really intense session, I might not go to the field the day after. But usually it'll be gym and field Monday through Friday by myself. And the way I like to do it, obviously as an athlete, I don't want to just lift to lift, like I want to have something come out of it. So usually Monday and Thursday, it'll be a lower body day, but I'll like to superset things. So some front squats with some band assisted squat jumps, some Bulgarians with maybe some single leg jumps, things of that sort. And then Tuesdays and Fridays will be upper body. And then usually Wednesdays are just plyometrics. So body weight stuff, just working on turning the movements I've been doing into something explosive.
And do you like follow a training program for that?
No, I make my own training program up, and honestly it just kind of goes through phases. Like if I kind of design something and I'm really enjoying it, I'll do it for a while, and then if I get a little bored of it, I'll switch it up. And some of them might only last a couple weeks, some of them might last half a year. Just kind of depends on how my body's feeling and if I feel like I'm plateauing or if I'm able to actually keep progressing. My favorite workout, honestly, I love leg day, to be fair. For me, again, as a soccer player, like it's kind of what I get the most out of. So I enjoy leg days, and I think that, funny enough, because I like it, they're what I switch up the most. You know, I try and always find a new leg day to make sure I'm enjoying it.
How does playing for the Dunedin City Royals compare to your college and USL2?
Yeah, it's interesting. I get this question all the time. And for me, you know, in the US, especially college and the USL2, everybody's really trying to prove a point. So it's a bit more cutthroat over there, you know. Here, it's a good level. You know, the level's very high, but it's not as ruthless, if you will, you know, so there's a bit more chance to enjoy it, even though you're still playing it, you know, the 1st tier in a whole country. So I've enjoyed it so far, yeah.
What's been the most significant on-field adjustment since moving to New Zealand?
The most significant on-field adjustment has probably been the physicality. I didn't expect it, because obviously the US is very physical, very athletic, you know, but the game here is very, very physical. It's more oriented around it, I would say. So for me, as a smaller player, more technical player, I've been having to really get used to adding that part of the game to my game, and to kind of, you know, getting used to other people being more prepared for that than I am.
What's it like being nominated for Goal of the Week twice?
Oh, it's pretty cool. I mean, the league here have a really good amount of exposure, and obviously whenever they post something, they tag New Zealand football in it, all that. So it's cool seeing that thousands of people are seeing your name for something that you did on the field. So it's a good feeling, and again, like I said, hopefully I'll be nominated again and actually win it.
what would it mean to you if you like finished as top goal scorer?
Oh, it would mean a lot to me, to be fair. You know, I mean, I always like to think that it's bigger than the stats and everything, but it always feels good as an athlete to be at the top of something. And you know, I came into this season with a lot of goals and aspirations, and being up there was definitely one of those. So if I could finish at the top of it, it would mean a lot for sure.
How do you like get ready for your like games? What's your routine beforehand?
Yeah, I don't have like a super specific routine. You know, every game is different, and you know, for me, just the biggest part of my preparation is, you know, praying, making sure that I kind of just come to God that day and glorify Him through what I'm about to do. So as long as I feel like I'm in that right headspace, I feel like I'm ready to play. Can
you tell us more about like how your faith influences like your football and how you get goals?
Yeah, of course. So for me, I love football, obviously, but it's a bit deeper than just the sport. I genuinely feel that I've been called to spread my faith through it. So for me, football is just the vessel with which I share the gospel with other people. And so everything that I achieve, I don't think of it as this is what I'm doing on paper. I think of it as a way that, people can see that success and I can give that to God. I can tell them that the only reason I've been able to do this, to score these goals, to play for this team, to do these things, is because God has given me that opportunity. And so for me, that's honestly the biggest thing that pushes me through my career and through the times I want to give up, is that if I give up, there's so many people that I could be reaching with that message that I wouldn't be anymore.
What's been the most meaningful moment of your journey so far?
Yeah, so for me, it's hard to pinpoint one really meaningful moment because, I think there's so many as an athlete. Like everything you do is meaningful. But since being here in Dunedin particularly, for me has really been not just playing but also coaching. I coach for the club as well, and the kids that I coach, seeing them come out to watch me play and seeing them interact with my social media and the things that I put on there about my faith and about God and how I feel that that's brought me to the point I'm at, I think is the biggest thing for me, again, with someone who has the platform that I do.
You've got your set sights on like a pro contract in the USA. What's your plan when you get back there, and how do you stay motivated daily?
Yeah, so my plan, obviously, at the moment, every day I'm using the contacts I have to hopefully set myself up for next year. And my plan when I get back is I'll be going back to Dallas, and I have some good connections there. I'm going to play semi-professionally and look to stay sharp in the off season. And then I'm going to hopefully use those connections to get myself something at the start of next year. And again, for me, motivation is, I think dedication always beats motivation. There are times even now where motivation slips away, but I know it's something I really want, and I know it's something that, again, I want to use to show other people it can be done. So for me, the dedication fuels my motivation. My contract is just through the end of the season. So if you were to look on Transfer Market, it says December 31st of this year. The National League wraps up regular season in August, and then the playoffs go through about the middle of December. So depending on how well we do, will depend on how long I'm contracted for. So if we stay out of the playoff picture, I'll be contracted until September. And if we were to, do what obviously the team has set out with a goal to do, which is to make the playoffs, then I'll be contracted through to the end of the year.
And what's your favorite thing you've been doing around Dunedin?
It's not good for it right now, but I really enjoyed the beaches when I first got here. I got here at the end of summer, and the beaches were super nice.
Yeah.
But obviously I wasn't able to enjoy it very long.
Yeah.
So yeah.
When you reflect your time in NZ, what do you hope they remember most about you?
What I hope people remember the most about me?
Yeah.
I think it always just ties back into my faith. I hope that people really remember that I brought a message more than just football. Again, it's a sport, but for me, it's still, it's a lifestyle, and it's a way to show people who you are. So I just hope that people remember that, something greater than me pushed me to play the sport and pushed me to come here. To be honest, I didn't come here by my own doing. It was God's will. I could have never done it by myself. So I hope that that's what people will remember about me.